Christopher Edeveen. I've been an active U.S. Merchant Mariner since 1992. I started out with the SIU, Seafarers International Union Trainee Program. About 14 years with SIU, then I got my officer's license. Joined MMP, Masters Mates and Pilots, 8 years as a mate and captain, and then I came to Western Great Lakes Pilots, currently 9 years, currently serving as president of Western Great Lakes Pilots. Basically, we move ships across Lake Superior, Lake Huron, and Lake Michigan about eight and a half months a year. My involvement with AMMV goes back to about 2005. I joined as a member at large, and for several years I just enjoyed the magazine and paid my dues, and then I got a call from the late Morris Harvey asking me if I wanted to get more involved, and I said yes, and he said, "I'll call you when I need you," and I forgot about it, and 3-4 months later he called me and said, "Hey, do you want to take over as president?" I'm like, "President of what, a chapter?" Or he's like, "No, the national president." Yeah, so I did 4 years as president of AMMV, which was a learning experience, and I learned a lot of skills, and it was a good time, and I've maintained my involvement, currently editing with the magazine. But the main thing is we're here in Washington, D.C., the AMMV group for World War II veterans, core group of AMMV volunteers and family and friends, and joined by others in the maritime segment. In World War II, the Merchant Marines served and didn't get credit. And in 1988, after a long court battle, they were awarded veteran status, and they still were kicked under the rug because they still didn't get the benefits. They didn't get anything to compensate for all those years of loss without the GI Bill benefits. 2020, President Donald Trump signed the Congressional Gold Medal bill practically hours before the world shut down for the pandemic. So it took a couple of years for that ceremony to unfold and happen, and that was last year. But this year, more significant development has continued in recognizing the Merchant Marines. Memorial Day and now Veterans Day is the first time the U.S. Merchant Marine of World War II has been recognized in these formal events here in D.C. In front of the nation. So that's important, and that's why we're here.
American Merchant Marine veterans.
Some of our World War II merchant mariners, Charlie Mills, he's been in the maritime industry since 1937 when he set foot on his first ship, and after World War II he came ashore, 40-some years as a National Maritime Union official, but it didn't end there. He stayed active in part due to his membership with AMMV, which, you know, Charles's wisdom and his knowledge helped us get through several hurdles, and that's just one example of some of these older greatest generation veterans that have helped pave the way.
I made this trip to Washington to help celebrate Veterans Day. At no time in my 52 years and 7 months in the maritime industry did I believe I had any idea that the Merchant Marine would get the recognition from other organizations and the government to be allowed to take part in supporting and respecting those who had gone on ahead of us to help make this country what it is and to help make the United States Merchant Marine what it is today. No idea. And I'm very, very proud of the fact that our officials have worked so hard to get this recognition. At 103 years old, I had no idea that I would travel cross country to be a part of this celebration. Thanks very much to all of our officials who worked so hard, particularly the officials in our organization, the American Merchant Marine Veterans of World War II, the Seafarers International Union, the Master Mason Pilots, and the MEBA and other unions and other organizations. My thanks to them for giving us this opportunity to join this great celebration. It's not everyone that has that opportunity to show our respect for those who have gone on, the unknown soldiers and others who have worked so hard for this country. So that within itself makes us very proud to have an opportunity to place the wreaths at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Well, most of the people in this country, I would say 72%, don't realize what the Merchant Marine is. Don't realize what they contribute to the economy of this country and what they contribute to the war in this country. When we are in trouble, this country, the United States Merchant Marine, is there to keep our guys who are on the ground, in the air, in the water, supplied so that they can continue to fight. And then sometimes we get caught in the fight ourselves, but we were not fighters, we are suppliers. And we go through hell and high water to see that our guys are properly supplied so they can work to keep this country free. We supply everything, including toothpicks. A lot of people don't realize that 80% of everything that you wear, look at, or eat comes by ship. A lot of people think it comes by planes. No, they don't. There are not enough cargo planes to handle it. With your television, your refrigerators, your automobiles, clothing comes by what? By ship. Those containers you see on the back of a ship are loaded with stuff that we as Americans use every day. We employ in the maritime industry over 600,000 people who just are in maritime. See that the ships are moving, see that the cargo is moving, see that the the employment is kept up. Every day, these people go to work to move these ships so that we can be properly supplied. United States Merchant Marine, peace and war.
Right, it's the AMMV veterans that have basically provided the background information and the history, and it's been some of the active members that have lobbied with Congress and met with representatives and coordinated with the maritime lobbyists and stakeholders to really collaborate and get this recognition pushed through. And there was no greater example of that than the Congressional Gold Medal Act of 2020. It started off as a grassroots effort, but it was like a snowball rolling down the hill. It just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and finally it bust through, and they were recognized. What the Merchant Marine did in World War II, they're still doing. They may not be being attacked by U-boats or kamikazes, today in 2023, but they're still doing it. We have mariners who served in Korea and Vietnam and the first Gulf War, like Andrew and I, what's now termed the second Gulf War, the Iraqi wars. We carry the equipment over, which is the same exact job that the mariners did in World War II, and the public doesn't know it. We're invisible. And so being in the maritime industry, it's very critical that we try to bring that information to the forefront of the American public. And it's education and it's outreach.
V for victory.
V for victory, war and peace, United States Merchant Marine.
Heave ho.
Heave ho ho.
Thank you, sir.
I shouldn't have put that extra ho in there.
Well, it's Christmas time almost.
Oh, yeah.